Working on 2002 Jeep Grand Cherokee Rotors Sport 4x4 with the V8 4.7 liter engine. Doing the front brakes and rotors today. I just want to show you what you might need and what I did to get mine off and get them replaced here. So what you're going to need is a breaker bar or an impact with a 19mm socket. I used my deep well there with the special sleeve to keep it from gouging the nice rims. And then once you get that off, you're going to have your caliper that's going to be on there. You're going to bolt here and down here. This is the bolt right here. This is going to be an H7 Allen key. I had some sockets, so luckily I was able to use that. And I used it on my 3/8 drive ratchet there. And then you're going to have an 18mm bolt. That's going to be these right here. These are going to go through your bracket right there to these right here. So there's those, and I had those are in 1/2 inch drive, so I had to have my 1/2 inch drive ratchet there, and I had used an extender, if you have a deep well, to get the top one. It's kind of tight in there. I had to move the sensor wire and get it in there. So, but also you'll need your flat blade screwdrivers. I stuck mine in through right here. Use the small one first and push them. I put my screwdriver on the pad. You can see it right there. I got gouged a little bit. Since I'm replacing it, doesn't matter. And then you can go to this one to get them all the rest of the way back. Just use the skinny one to get it in there first. And then you're going to have some retaining clips. These right here. These are going to be on the studs here, holding your rotor on. Just got in there again with my flat blade screwdriver and got in behind and worked them. I'll show you that a little more on the other side here. Also, you're going to need jacks and jack stands to get this thing up in the air. But you can see one right there. I don't know how well you can see that. Let's see if I can get a little closer. And so what I had to do is I had to pull on the rotor, pulled the rotor out towards me, and then pushed it back to give me enough room. Fit my screwdriver back in there and was prying against them all the way around on each side of it. And then eventually you'll pry it over enough to get it off, and probably should put this back on because they're like I think they're a rattle clip to keep the rotor nice and tight even when the pads aren't pressing against it. So, but I haven't taken this side off, so I just want to show you what this side looked like. You're gonna have this clip here. Just gonna pull that around the edges there, and then it comes off. You can see it just goes in these holes right here. And then of course you're gonna have the bolts up here, and then there's one down on the bottom. I don't know if I'll be able to get you around there. And and then you'll have the ones up top right here, and my big finger's right there. And there will be down on the bottom as well, down there, to take the bracket off. And what you want to do is when you're compressing this, if you're having a lot of trouble compressing it, pulling it back like that, you can open the bleeder here. And if it still doesn't compress, it probably means your caliper's bad. But if it does compress, it probably means your hose is starting to go bad, and you want to check that out and make sure you look at that. And when you're putting this all back together, you want to put anti-seize on some of the bolts. Let me show you what I got over here. So I got anti-seize right here. Get that? I got the AutoZone. I think it's $10 a bottle too as well. You can put that on all the threads of your bolts so they don't stick when you put them back. Also, I got some spray grease. You can use Max. I get this. It's called Open Gear Lube. I think it's $7 at Napa, or Chain Gear Lube. It's like $5 at Walmart. You get a little more for this. But it's just like a sticky grease, and what you can do is you can spray it. Once you get the rotor off, you can spray it down in here and keep the rotor from scalding when you have to get it off next time. And then once you put your rotor back on, you can put also the front face of the rotor so that your wheels don't adhere to it. So that way you can get them off easier next time as well when you go to do the brakes. And what you're going to do is, I showed this in other videos, brake caliper grease. It's like $10 or $12 at the AutoZone. All brake cleaner too, to clean that dust and grime off. You can see that both slides are there. I cleaned those off already with the brake cleaner and a wire brush. And then I'm going to grease it. Both these slides, both sides, and the backs, and the slides of the pads, the new ones. Just not the pad itself that's going to touch the rotor. But I got some rotors from Callahan's, like 80 bucks for all together, both rotors and pads, ceramic pads, and these are drilled and slotted rotors. They work really well for me. I've loved them. They cool down quick on all my vehicles. But this black coating will help it keep from rusting, but it will tear off whenever you go to hit the pads on the inside and out, just on where the pads are going to connect. So yeah, some things you'll need, and maybe to help you out on your brake job. And if you have any questions or comments, you can do that below. And if you like these videos, like and subscribe, and I'll try to bring you some more. We're working on some other vehicles here. Got some Mercury, Sable, and some other things. So alright y'all, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Be safe. See y'all later.